Stop buying your Pokemon at the highs. Stop chasing the market. Stop chasing the height of each set. That's not the important thing that you're supposed to be doing, okay? When you're investing in something, isn't your goal to hold for a large amount of time? So is there really a rush to buy it when everyone else is buying it? So essentially, I have a strategy that I've made to purchase products at a reasonable time when they're down after the hype period. I think there's a lot of big investors that have been in this through bear market and bull market cycles that have an understanding of how to do things. And I don't think it's really of their concern because they're used to holding. The issue is that we don't really know if the next 20-year block of TCG investing, crypto investing, whatever, we don't know if the next 20 years are going to merit the same as the current 20 years after this bull market cycle. We could have another dormant period for a long period of time. And so is it really necessary to be worrying or trying to do things the same as people in the past have done them? So, okay, newer sets. Let's go Phantasmal. So Phantasmal UPC is where I'm trying to go with this. There it is. Okay, Mega Charizard X EX Ultra Premium Collection going for $244. So there's a massive dip, went through reprints and whatever you want to call it. We had peaks at 300 pretty much for this box. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. What we have going on is we have this drop, and Phantasmal dropped like this. Hype, everything went crazy. Everyone spiked up. This was a really highly anticipated set. So pre-orders and stuff went crazy. Set released in October at some point, and these boxes were just everywhere to the point where GameStop was scalping them, right? I saw these boxes. This isn't even accurate. I saw them go to as low as like the 220s. You could pick these up 220s online. It was ridiculous. Fire selling. I mean, you had so many people buying in at this price, but tax shipped and fees on, I bought it on a bad deal. I ended up paying $250 for this set. But as you can see, the set just plummeted. It just dropped. So I have better examples for some of the newer sets where you can time the market in some way to do well with it. Let me just preface by saying you are never going to buy at the perfect low. I'm going to bring in Chaos Rising into the equation here. And you guys are going to look at me and be like, well, I mean, it just plummeted, so how did you do well? I'm not concerned about it because I'm not trying to buy and immediately flip a product. I bought this box, paid $250 with taxes and ships total. I bought it in that like $230 maybe, $229. And so the goal, what you want to do with these, if you can see my arrow here, is avoid buying at this high or this high. And I feel like this is very manageable. So Chaos, when did Chaos come out? April, I believe? No, it was in May, wasn't it? Yeah, it was May going into like, when it was dropped. Everything's getting fire sold out in the market, and we have a steady decline from here. So my reference point is about a month after drop, you're probably good, or further than a month. But after a product gets fire sold on the market, it's the most recent set, the hype's gone. The people buying are gone. Everything is gone. And so buying in at like the hype train, unless you're trying to open packs, which even then is a dumb decision. Wait about a month after your product releases, you can get a good deal. And then that's when you'll see appreciation. If you wait a couple months after, year after, you'll see the set not be popular, go out of print, or, well, I guess not a year, it'll be like 2 years after. So Perfect Order is kind of the same deal here. You can just see Perfect Order like just on this graph is like the perfect, no pun intended, the perfect example of buying in about a month after it drops. So you had your pre-orders, you had the set reveal, no one wanted the set, and then you had it spike close to release, during on release, going into release, and then you had your plummet. So for Perfect Order, I actually bought it at 206, which was actually one of the lowest points that it had been at. This range, I bought in this range, this April range here. I bought in and I paid $216 tax and shipped for my entire box. But yeah, Phantasmal, same premise happened. It dropped in the October range, I believe, and it fell just ridiculous. Phantasmal is a very exaggerated version. My gains on this product, I had an immense level of patience to buy it in at 250 and just wait it out, stay in the course, not freaking out. That was something I'm very happy about because I'm still sitting well, even though I could have bought in at like a stupidly low price point. Let me go in 2 other sets just to show what I mean. I guess Ascended Heroes, I did this with Ascended Heroes as well. So yeah, we had our pre-orders that went crazy. This is about what a box is worth now. I mean, as you can see, it went down a little bit because of this market. That's fine. So yeah, we had this pre-orders that went crazy. Then we dropped, went crazy. And then it dropped like about a month later, month and a half later, we had our plummet. So I bought in around 210 and I got paid, I think, a total of 120, 125 for my box. I could be wrong about that. And so I'm obviously sitting well on that investment because of the fact that I was patient. You ignore everyone on the internet talking about the set when it's hot. And then everyone is telling you that the set is horrible. I was watching a video yesterday of someone talking about like scalping Chaos Rising. And then the comments were like, oh, no one cares about the set anyway. Like, good luck making money. And that's when you should be buying the product. That's when you should be considering putting in some capital, is when people don't give a crap about the product. Because like the turnaround's crazy. But I refuse to believe that 3 sets in a row, including Pitch Black that's coming out, I refuse to believe that all 3 of those sets are going to be sleepers. I don't think anyone's going to care about those sets because they're all focused on Pokemon 30th. I am putting a lot of capital in them because they're cheap and easy to get. There's plenty on the market because I don't think that that's going to be the case in a year and in 2 years. But my point with all this, let's go to the Series 1s so that I can finish this off. Let's go to the Series 1 pre-orders. All right, cool. $70. So with these, I actually didn't buy them. I bought Prismatic, even though it was double MSRP, because I was like, okay, why not? I paid $180 for a Costco set. I made $120 off of it. It's an investment I don't talk about as much. I saw the first partners at 70s, and I was like, I'm not buying that. That's ridiculously over MSRP. I don't have faith in that. They dropped to the 50s, and I still was like, that is so expensive. I'm not buying that. I was like, this is way too over MSRP. I didn't have faith in it. And then it got even more unrealistic. So somehow, what I thought was unrealistically high ended up being more unrealistically high in this crazy market. This is not sustainable, not normal, but in a market, you can take advantage of these because sometimes collector markets have these points where it's just volatile. I bought it at under 70 per box. I got shipped 2 more boxes under 70. So I actually bought at the low here, and I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but I actually bought it at a pretty good price point for these. My first box I ended up paying like 84. Again, horrible idea. And so what I did and how I treated Series 2, going into Series 2, so I ended up buying these about 2.5, 3 weeks after release. So I didn't quite time the market perfectly, but I bought them in at about 56 a box for 3 of them, which was actually a bad deal. I could have gotten for 52 a box. But as you can see, they hit a bad market and they kept going down. Could I have predicted they would have gone to this? No, because of the fact that the other boxes didn't, because you have to compare every product individually. But I still didn't buy at the all-time highs. So to say the least, basically with these sets, standing up now, buy 3 weeks to a month after drop and you'll probably be fine. Don't buy during the hype phases. Don't buy during pre-orders. Just be patient. I guarantee you with 30th, give it 3 weeks to a month after drop, specifically the UPCs. And then especially because we're going to be going into the black market winter season, everything's going to get dumped in the market. They're going to be stupidly cheap. And if the market stays in a bull cycle after that, there's nothing to worry about. So have a blessed day, everyone. Look, if you're 18 years old, start investing. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm being an idiot. Don't be an idiot. You can do what I do, but understand the risk involved with it. And have a good day. Be responsible, I guess, whatever that may mean. So see you guys next one.